Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. Sign up for a 1-week free trial, no credit card required, for access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Checking in on Twitter, GoPro X and CHK, we had some after hours bearish reaction to North Korean missile in Japan space, so definitely going to be some bearish action. We had a dump and the bulls are buying the dip to a degree, but it's still a setback. So Twitter bulls were trying to set a higher low at 1651 here on the daily time frame, which would potentially allow continuation if we see higher lows and higher highs. Where we're at after hours right now, there's still a bit of 1665, so it's not a big setback at all. Still a higher bid than the low of the day. So we're still looking to hold 1651 support, and the bulls need to break 1707 to see that higher low and higher high. But there's a lot of resistance between the upper Bollinger Band and all these moving averages on the daily and the weekly that the bulls are going to have to work through. And the exponential resistance rejected last week, still giving the bulls a bit of trouble. So it's worth keeping an eye on Twitter for this bounce to see continuation, but not forgetting the fact that the weekly time frame did lose the higher low pattern. So we are anticipating a lower high on this bounce. And if we do break this support right now of 1651, that is definitely a setback on the momentum that the bulls are trying to gather here. GoPro bullish reversal candlestick, higher low established here as well. 867. Higher low is 890, and the bulls now need to break 944 in order to see that higher high and to see a turnaround where we have been consolidating all of August essentially once we hit our top. So GoPro after hours, the bid is 897, the ask is 924, a bit of a spread there, and it's still higher than the low. So again, it's not an all-out dump, it's just a setback. And we'll have to see how the price reacts tomorrow once the bell rings and once some real volume gets going in the markets. Well, we closed at the high of the day, and GoPro was one of the strongest names today with how we closed. So watching that 944 level closely, because if that does break, the bulls shift the momentum back in their favor. The weekly time frame bullish reversal candlestick last week, and we're looking at attempting to confirm that, and the 50-week resistance dropping down will be in the 970 and 960s next week. And after 3 rejections, we definitely need to pay attention to that level. X on the daily time frame, nice continuation for bulls. Bull break of the inside bar at 25.12 was a bull signal. The upper Bollinger Band is definitely keeping the price contained the past 3 days, rejecting the price. But our new resistance is 25.57. Support the bulls are trying to hold is the low of this consolidation of 24.60. And so far so good in that regard. Definitely going to see a bit of a setback here. But looking at after hours action, again, this is 7:30 p.m. Eastern that I'm giving these numbers. X, the bid is 25.06. And certainly not a gap down setup at this point. Weekly time frame for X, seeing some continuation. Slow and steady is working for these bulls. It's not very exciting, but on the daily time frame over the past few days, that nice little higher high, past 5 days have really given the bulls some nice momentum. And again, we're in an area with a lack of resistance right now. So it's just the daily upper Bollinger Band, and then we're looking up at 27.38, the high of the earnings reaction. CHK continues to dump. Bear flag rejecting from exponential resistance, and an all-out dump to lower lows. Oil made a key break of $47 support, and the bears are in full control still. So our new lower high of resistance is 396. Support, the low is 359 here. This is the lowest price we've seen in over a year and a half. This is a very significant bear break, and this is why I like doing these videos covering the same names, because we've been watching CHK bearish, and we were going bearish on CHK as soon as $5 support was lost on the weekly time frame. And at this point, that is one heck of an entry, down 27% from that point. So we don't have much support where we currently stand. I'm looking down here at 353 and 356. And if we break those levels, we are a lot of space before the next support down at 253. So bears in full control. As long as the exponential resistances on the daily time frame stay resistance, that will remain the case. And we will continue to check back in on these names and see what kind of setback this bearish news does give us tomorrow.